Pokemon 151 absolutely needs a reprint, and it needs a reprint really bad. It's become very obvious Pokemon 151 was a huge hit amongst fans, and the demand for it is still sky high. It is very difficult to find Pokemon 151 in stores and out in the wild, which is driving up the prices of sealed product and the individual cards within the set. The prices for Pokemon 151 are sky high right now. You have regular ETBs going for $85 on secondary market, as well as booster bundles for going for $45. The demand is so crazy high for Pokemon 151, and it's so difficult to find it out in the wild in stores that it leads me to believe that we need a reprint. In this video, we're going to go through why Pokemon 151 needs to reprint this set and why it's the best set in the Scarlet Violet era, and how the astronomical demand is affecting the prices of these cards and the sealed product. For 151 to be one of the most best sets to be released by Pokemon, and the demand being so high, and there's just absolutely none in stores, it's driving up the prices of sealed product and the cards, which we will go look at in this moment. 151 is in such high demand because, one, you have the nostalgia factor of the original 151 Pokemon that many people who are now older, have jobs, can spend money. They're going to have that nostalgic feeling buying this set. On top of the fact that 151 has some of the top tier best artwork for the special illustration rare and the illustration rare rarity types. There's almost no comparison to other sets in the Scarlet Violet era that have such comparable great artwork for the SIR and the IRs in the set. Another factor to consider is 151 was smart in having Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle evolution chains as SIRs and IRs, and you could pull the entire evolution chain in a demigod pack. All these different factors are what leading to the demand of the set, which is driving up the prices of these individual cards. It's not often that you see this many illustration rares, with their value so high. And something interesting to look at too with 151, the top 10 cards in the set, all of them carry relatively higher value compared to other sets released in the Scarlet Violet era. So this set in particular, no matter if you get a particular IR or an SIR, there's a great chance that that particular card is going to carry a great value for your collection. It is not often that you see SIR values stay the same across the entire set list, as you see on your screen here with 151. As well as one of the top 5 cards is an ultra rare with the full art Charizard, sitting at nearly $40 in today's value. You just don't see the value being carried across the top 10 cards in other sets released in the Scarlet Violet era. Maybe in Twilight Masquerade, but Twilight Masquerade is a newer set. It was only released, less than 6 months ago at the time of this filming, where 151 has been out for over a year. And these SIRs and IRs are carrying so much more value over a long period of time. Something to consider though, if there was a reprint, the value of these cards will go down, right? It's supply demand. If supply increases and can get closer to where the demand level is, then the prices are going to come down, which is great for collectors because this is a great set, nostalgic set. On top of the fact that, like I said earlier, it has some of the best artworks out of all the sets released in Scarlet Violet. That would be great for collectors and for your collection to be able to add these cards as the prices come down if there was a reprint. And you like this content where we go over the market value and different prices of Pokemon cards, please like and subscribe. It really helps out. And what's interesting about 151 in particular is these same factors affect the Japanese set of 151. In the Japanese set, you have a couple differences, with each booster box being guaranteed one Master Ball Reverse Holo, which was such a great move by Pokemon to do. It's very creative to create a Reverse Holo that has great amount of value and desirability amongst collectors because of the particular Master Ball. But as you can see on your screen, the top 5 cards, number 5 is sitting at $50 right now. You do have the waifu tax of the Erica's Invitation on the Japanese set at $56. And it's definitely really hard to pull a Master Ball Pikachu and Gengar, and that's why you see those particular Pokemon, which are desirable Pokemon that people like, on top of the fact that it's very difficult to get them in Master Ball. That's what's driving up the value. Rounding out the top 10 are 5 of them are the Master Ball Reverse Holo, but you have the other 5 that are SARs. Like 151 across English and Japanese is carrying tremendous value for you, the collector. The demand for 151 is so high because of the nostalgia factor of the first 151 Pokemon, on top of the fact that the artworks in this set are just top tier compared to anything else in the Scarlet Violet era. And this is what's directly affecting the prices of the sealed products as well. Let's look at those. Looking at some of the prices of the most popular products that you can find in stores as a collector, you have the UPC sitting at $177, the ETB sitting at $87, a booster bundle at what? $46. Like, these prices are astronomical compared to what the retail price goes for. Generally, these ETBs go for like $55. A UPC was in, I think, the 110, 120 range at retail value, and a booster bundle was in the $26 to $28 range. They're nearly double. Again, the demand is so high, and it's so difficult to find this set out in the wild and in stores right now. Looking at the chart here, in about May of 2024, you could buy a 151 ETB for about retail price on secondary markets like TCG Player and eBay. And there seems to be a moment in July of 2024 where the price of this particular product, the ETB, just starts to trend even higher and higher, where we're now today sitting at $86 on secondary markets like TCG Player and eBay to buy a 151 ETB. What's fascinating is the graph for the Ultra Premium Collection, or UPC, looks very similar to the ETB. When we look at the price range for the last 6 months of the 151 Ultra Premium Collection, or the UPC, you're seeing a very similar graph to what we just saw with the ETB, where in about July and August, there's a clear increase in the price on the secondary market for this particular product. What I find fascinating too is when you look at the price per pack for an English 151, you can see a steep increase in the prices on the TCG Player platform for 151. The right side of the graph shows you the volume of sold on TCG Player, and the left side of the graph shows you the price of per pack of a 151 English pack. As you can clearly see, starting in February and April of this year, the individual price of a booster pack increased dramatically. There's a couple reasons for that. One, you can't buy individual booster packs of 151. They only come in sealed products, such as ETBs, UPCs, collection boxes, poster boxes. You can't go to a store and buy an individual pack of 151 because it was a specialty set. On top of the fact that there are no booster boxes as well for this set because it's a specialty set, which is driving up the prices of this product. As an avid fan of this particular set, having an ETB being priced at $87 on the secondary market and it not being available in stores is just driving up the price of individual products and other sealed products. And it's one of the main reasons why we need a reprint. It seems like Pokemon would make a crap ton of money if they reprinted this set. It's very obvious, and we don't have the sales data in front of us, that this set would just be bonkers and sell out like it already has. It's so hard to find, and it's just not available. Either Pokemon didn't print enough, or they printed a lot and it's just such high demand, there's nothing left, and it's driving up the prices everywhere. There is precedent too for Pokemon where they have reprinted very high demand and very popular sets in the past. For example, during the Sword and Shield era, during the height of COVID, many of the sets released in the second half of Sword and Shield got individual reprints or even multiple reprints. Granted, that was a different time and there was a different demand structure because of COVID and everyone was stuck at home and the nostalgia factor. But this particular set in Scarlet Violet is clearly in high demand. It was clear that Pokemon will make a ton of money even on a reprint from this set. So it makes me wonder why they haven't done one yet. The set released in late September last year, so it's only been out for a year now. And there's precedent in the last year or so where Pokemon has released even new products for sets released in a year and a half ago. For example, Crown Zenith was released in January of 2023. In the Sword and Shield era, it's one of the most highly regarded sets amongst the Pokemon community. And in August of 2024, they released a new product, a new collection box for Crown Zenith over a year and a half later, which begs the question, was there a Crown Zenith reprint, or was there just so much Crown Zenith sitting on the sidelines filling up Pokemon's storage that they felt like they could release a new product in August of 2024, a year and a half after the set was released? There's also rumors that in late September of this year, just a couple weeks ago, that there was a small reprint of Paldea Evolved. Why? Because Paldea Evolved was one of the first sets in Scarlet Violet that had a really good chase card. You had the Iono SIR, and over the last 6 to 8 months, the Magikarp SIR from that set has skyrocketed in value. It's sitting at over $110 as of today. So even within the Scarlet Violet era, there is precedent for Pokemon doing reprints. Granted, there are rumors that this Paldea Evolved was more just backstock versus a full-on reprint. But based on the demand and the secondary market prices of 151, it is obvious that this set would sell out again, and Pokemon could make a crap ton of money if they did a reprint. On top of the fact that it would help collectors in general, because it's going to bring down the prices of individual cards for people to either invest in these sets or just complete their collections. Pokemon 151, by the numbers, is one of the best sets released in the Scarlet Violet era. And the prices for individual sealed products, as well as the prices of individual cards, makes that very, very clear. As someone who's biased and wants to continue to collect this set, it makes logical sense for Pokemon, from a business standpoint, to reprint this set so they can make more money, because the demand is so high for this set. Do you believe Pokemon will do a reprint of one of the most desired sets in the Scarlet Violet era? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are and what you believe Pokemon will do with a reprint. If you made it to this far in the video, thank you. I just want to let you know that the other Pokeboys and I do a live break / rip and ship on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube multiple times this week. So go ahead and check out our website down in the description, pokeboystrading.com, and come check out and just hang out at one of our live streams. You don't have to buy anything. There's no obligation, but we would love to just have you join the community.